Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some of you and peace out to the rest of you. You already know who it is and who it ain't. It ain't your boy and it is your man, the blackest hearted, blackest minded, blackest man on social media, signing blacking and shining again. Asking you to hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. Regarding the lady on the Fresh and Fit podcast yesterday that got deported from Saudi, I stand corrected. A gentleman from the Telegram group to which I belong, you know who you are, shout out to you, told us about her over a month ago, on more than one occasion. I think once was at least 2 months ago and another time was about a month ago. He told us about her. And what he said to us was that she was an ex-Muslim who became a witch, like she's into witchcraft, and she was into polyandry. She wanted men to be exclusive to her while she made them share her. He told us about her. This man explained this to us. Then she came on the Fresh and Fit podcast and he told us in the Telegram group, that's her, that's who I was talking about. I thought she was from New Orleans. I was wrong. He knows her from New Orleans, but her people are from Florida and she was born in Saudi. But I had to stand corrected on that. I didn't know, so I want to thank him for fixing that for us and telling us about it. I want to point out one more thing. I think I forgot to mention this yesterday. She said that she wanted different kinds of men to fulfill different roles. Someone pointed out to her, the alphas that you want are not going to accept that. And she said, I know, that's why I'm single. She outright said something that was supposed to click for her. You're asking for the impossible. You're asking for that which by definition does not come. And it never dawned on her to say, dang, I need to change what I'm looking for. That was too easy. It wasn't too easy for her. That was too easy for men. You must understand, gentlemen, that the one driving reason behind much of women's selection is none other than exclusion. That's it. Nothing other than exclusion. That and hatred, of course. A contempt for your normality. Now, I'm going to also say that there was a situation in which, hold on, y'all. Let me talk to my neighbor right quick. All right, sorry about that. That was my neighbor. And he's actually from South Africa. Muslim brother. So he told me that he knows about the channel. He told me to tell you all Sawubona, which is the greeting. He told me to tell y'all hello. And to those of you that might understand Zulu or Xhosa, he told me to tell you all Ninjani Nina and Dumela. If you speak Swati, he told me to tell you all Dumelang. I'm sorry, if you speak Setswana, he told me to tell you all Dumelang. And he said something in Swati too, but I forgot. So I'm sorry about that. To the Swati speakers, forgive me. I forgot how he said greetings in that language. I'm sorry. So anyway, this lady, what I wanted y'all to notice was that she completely missed the lesson. I mean, Myron said to her, yeah, but see, the alphas ain't going to accept this. I know, that's why I'm single. Instead of her saying, yeah, I know, that's why I'm single, and I need to start looking at something different. Look for something that's going to work. See, she's going to change what she wants. One of two things will happen. She will either change what she wants well after she's hit the wall and then realized she's hit the wall, because there's a time that passes in between those two. Her hitting the wall and her knowing she's hit the wall. That's like that for most women. That's why it is better for them to find a good dude and marry them while they're young, because then when they do hit the wall, they don't ever have to confront it. Matter of fact, they can they've still passed the wall, but they can go past it and not hit it. You by yourself out here thoughting it up, and then you still trying to have a retirement plan. You hit the wall, you crash into it. And then you keep on falling past it And that wall is undefeated. And you don't even realize it. You know how when you're in a car wreck, some of you may have been in a car wreck and you've been stunned. You had to find out later that you were in a wreck. You didn't know at the time of the wreck. Some of you knew at the time of the wreck, but some of you got hit hard enough to where you were so stunned, you had to find out later you were in a car wreck. That's what hitting the wall is like for these ladies. So anyway, she's going to change what she wants after she done hit the wall and realized it, or she's going to change what she's shooting for after she hits the wall and she realizes it, but she's still going to want the same thing, and if she can get it on the side, she'll take it. And then let that get to her head because she doesn't realize that she's the side dish, not the guy she actually wanted. So in any case, let me go ahead and hook y'all up right quick with some more understanding. You look at what she said she wants. That was pretty obvious. She's not hiding it. And then you look at what it is that look at what she said she wanted, and that was obvious. Then you look at what it is that Nicole Young is actually going for, and you're going to see the same things. Now, the funny thing is that Dre is not a beta by any stretch of the imagination, unless maybe you know certain personal things about him that would make him such. He's not a beta by any of the commonly understood definitions. Forget what Ice Cube exposed back when they were beefing, which I never forget. But you see, this dude, Dre, is alpha in business. He's alpha in his field. He takes care of himself. And when he was growing up, apparently he wasn't running from fights. So, he's not anybody's beta buddies. He's not the stereotypical Urkel at all. She's leaving him. Now, we can talk about how much he has to pay now versus how much he may have to pay later when the final judgment is rendered, which is, and how much she's going for. But what I'm getting at is that you look at whatever it is that she's going to get. Whatever she gets from him is going to be a lot. If she gets the $300,000 a month spousal support, but she doesn't get to take half, then over 20 years, she's going to get $72 million. That's still not $100 million. That's still not an eighth of what Dre has. Now, if she lives 25 years, then that's going to get her $90 million. She's 51 now, from my understanding. So if she makes it to 76, she ain't gonna get $100 million. If she makes it to 81, she might get $108 million. You see where this is going? Stop and think about that, gentlemen. This woman is not going to remarry. It ain't going to be because she can't find someone that'll wife her up. It's going to be because she can't find someone with the same money or more money to wife her up and then let her leave after 20 years and get half of that more. That's what that's about. That's what I want y'all to understand. She's going to catch dingalings. She's going to be a thought. She's going to spread them legs for somebody. But when she does so, even if she becomes religious, she ain't gonna actually marry. She ain't finna do that. She's gonna keep on collecting that money until she dies or he dies. And mark my words, if he does die and she's not entitled to anything else anymore, she'll off herself. Gentlemen, you cannot be enough for them to treat you with a modicum of respect. It's in them or it isn't. So when you hear them talking these ways about what they want from you, and they only want things from you that you can't accept because they're very disrespectful, understand that is because they don't have any respect for you. Understand that it is because they already hate you. Understand that they already have a contempt for you. You already ain't fit to them. End of story. And you never were. And you never will be, regardless of how good you are to them. Keep that in mind. I don't tell you this because you don't know this. I tell you this again to remind you that we must tell the young men this. Because these women that you're dealing with out in the West, I'm not telling you all women, but the women with whom you are dealing in the West, they want to do to you whatever it is you couldn't tolerate. Whatever it is they don't want you doing to them is what they're going to look to do to you. It is hateful. It's humorous. It's funny to them. They laugh about it, but it is hateful. They want to do to you whatever it is they would not want you and would not let you do to them, simply because of a hatred. Now, where this hatred comes from, I'm still trying to figure out, but I do suspect what a lot of other people say. I suspect that for the most part, this hatred comes from the fact that they assume that they're so good that you just, every time you're around them, you enjoy them. They have this contempt, maybe based on the fact that they already think that they're so much better than you. So you enjoying them, they feel like it's just too good of a deal for you. I suspect that's what it is. So in any case, that being said, go ahead, gentlemen, and tell these young brothers what's out there. Let them know what's waiting on them. In addition to that, brothers, let these young men know that while they have a choice between fighting back verbally or not, what they don't have a choice about is that they're going to have to get out, not get out of the West just because they're better women, because that's chasing broads still. But they would have to get out because we've already seen how these women act when they're not being approached. They get angry. They start complaining. They record about it. Oh my God, these men aren't approaching. It's either you play their game, which is rigged for you to lose, or you're gay. Who hurt you? You're not a man. It's one of those. It's never, okay, the gig is up. They caught us. They shouldn't have to deal with this. What we're doing is nasty. It's never that. No, it's always either you accept this bad deal, this game is rigged for you to lose, or you're gay. It's always that. And the thing is that when these young brothers come up and they realize what's going on and they say, which is already happening, and they say, we're not playing this game. We're taking our ball and going home. Literally taking our balls and going home. And what's going to happen is that these women are going to just start making false accusations the order of the day. And they're going to be in on it with each other. So one's going to make false accusations and have alibis. And they will start putting our men behind bars like that, like Gibson did to like Gibson did to Brian Banks. They're going to continue doing this, and they will start doing this to our young boys, one after the other. They will fill up the youth detention centers and the prisons on false accusations. They will do this. And what's sad about it is that it will create a smokescreen of false accusations behind which real rapists are going to be able to hide, maybe. But I'm telling you, we got to let these young men know that they got to get out of here because, I mean, they got to get out of there. I'm not there anymore. I just got back here, but they got to get out of that West because of another reason. And that reason is that there are going to be these false accusations. These women are going to go ham on these young men with these false accusations. Harassment, grape with a silent G, all that stuff. They're going to go ham on them as a vengeance, because they're not going to get the same simping pursuit that their mothers and older sisters got from our generation. I mean, when their mothers and older sisters tell them how the game works and what to expect and all that, and then they get up and realize in middle school that these young guys already know the game, and all of a sudden it's over for them, they're not going to handle that as well as I handled it when I got old enough and all of a sudden my phenotype was unpopular. Although I didn't know that that's what it was, the way that I handled that sudden change in behavior from women, as soon as I was old enough for it to matter, I handled much better than they're going to handle this. Much better than they're going to handle this. Much, much, much better. I tried, because I was looking at me and saying, well, what did I do? Then I started looking at them and saying, well, what the hell is it that they want? I mean, I was trying to figure something out because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. They're not going to do that. They're not going to say, well, what the hell did our mothers and sisters do to drive our age group of boys away from us? That's not what they're going to do. They're going to look and they're going to say, well, I mean, dang, I'm entitled to this. I'm entitled to this attention and simping. I'm entitled to just wiggle a little booty at somebody and wink and flirt and mess with his head and get him to be willing to do anything for me and then turn around and just dip on him. I'm entitled to do this. I'm entitled to have men ready to take care of me in exchange for nothing. Why can't I have that? Well, since I can't have it, I'm going to ruin his life. That's what they're going to do. So I'm not telling us to tell these young men to fit the guck out the West just to go and chase some non-Western tail, per se. That's not it. I'm going to tell them to start fitting the guck out. Because if they have something tangible that these ladies want, and it ain't them drawers, and for most men it ain't, which is not the fault of the men, then they're going to do whatever they can to get that. And one of the ways they can get it is false accusations. They'll extort, or put you through a criminal trial, and even if you don't, even in it, whatever evidence they can find in a criminal trial that they could use in a civil trial, which is easier to win than a criminal case, they'll use that to get the money out of you. That's why O.J. Simpson was not found guilty of that murder with Nicole Brown Simpson. But it was easy for her family to turn around and still get a hell of a lot of money out of him. What they were pretty much saying is, we know she was getting that money out you after the divorce. And we know she was screwing somebody else with your money. She was reverse tricking with your money. We know that. But since she's dead now and you don't legally have to pay her, you're going to legally pay us. You ain't going to get out. You ain't going to just keep this money as a straight black man. You're not going to do that. No, bro. You have to be broken because we let you become who you are. Our society let you become who you became. In word. So we got to let these young brothers know, man. I'm sure that in the white community, they got to let their young white brothers know the same thing. I'm sure they do, but that's their business. But for us, we got to let our young brothers know. And we can't tell them that it's going to be peachy everywhere outside the West that they go. That all you got to do is get on a plane and, leave America, pick an international flight, go elsewhere, and it's going to be better. We got to let them know that's not the way that's going to be either. We got to let them understand it's not guaranteed, but you're certainly going to have to get out of where you are now because what's coming down the pipe. You still have to do some research and find out which places work best for you. And in order to really know that, brothers, we're going to have to be willing to make friends with people from other backgrounds. Not tolerate disrespect, but be willing to make friends. And fortunately for us, as men, that's a far easier thing to do than it is for the ladies. See, one thing I've noticed about women when it comes to race in general, women have been found in statistics to be far less concerned about race in their friendships than men would express to be. However, the funny thing is that women also expect, and this is not a study that for which I say this, this is for personal experience. I know women still expect their men to practice some racial discrimination when it comes to things like friendships and even business arrangements. So while a sister may not have no problems, no qualms having friends from all kinds of different backgrounds, or she may, she certainly expects me to have a problem spending money with someone that ain't black. Anyway, I've said enough. I think y'all understand. I appreciate y'all listening. Black heart, black mind, black out. Assalamu alaikum to some of you. Black, heterosexual, non-select male power just because they don't like it. And black patriarchy until extinction or judgment day.